Taurus, let's start with your reading. Today we are going to look into your past energy, your present energy, as well as the upcoming events in your near future. All right, let's start with your reading. What's going on, Taurus? All right, I feel better about this Three of Swords already. There is a very important emotional shift right here that you see, especially with these three cards. And this is going to be powerful. This is going to be very much needed, and it's going to take you back to a place of happiness. So, first of all, we see this Knight of Swords and Three of Swords. And what I'm seeing right away, especially with the Knight of Swords, is that someone took very fast action. They might have jumped into this connection very fast. Physically, mentally, emotionally, it was fast. If this was you, Taurus, it's definitely unlike you. But at the time, it felt right. And there was a very strong physical pull between the two of you, as if you've done this together. Maybe in a previous life, or maybe this is an ex who came back and you didn't think twice to go back to this situation. Overall, here we see that this person came into your life with a very stable and grounded energy, and you are attracted to that type of energy. It felt right also because at a certain degree, you've seen it as the next move into your life, something that was going to make you move forward and get you to the next phase of your journey. This is what you needed to do at that time. Wanted to take a chance instead of analyzing the situation as you usually do, right? From a more logical and grounded standpoint. Deep down, you felt the need for an overall change, and perhaps you decided to just follow your intuition. It usually takes you way longer to fall in love, to say yes to a connection like this one. But this situation obviously moved pretty fast. But as fast as it started, it also deteriorated very fast. And we see how perhaps now the source of love and happiness has transformed into pain and struggle, but not for long. Right here, we see that perhaps there was something that made you somewhat suspicious. Something didn't feel right, as if there were secrets, something that this person maybe was not sharing with you. Someone is trying now to understand why they keep hanging to that connection, wanting to bring back the connection, but feeling definitely conflicted about it. Why does it mean so much after all that has happened? Maybe you cannot understand why this energy is still so strong. And you know this better than me, obviously, but when a Taurus falls in love, it's definitely long term. They will stay in love for a really long time. But other than that, there is something more going on here, that it's keeping you connected to this person, and we'll have to look into it. But right now, you're just wondering, what is the meaning of this? Why is there the need for me to look into this connection still when I know that it's just going to bring me pain? And so right here, we see the shift that starts to happen. First of all, I see that you might have been alternating between trying to find a way to bring this connection together again, and at the same time, trying to find a way to move forward. From what I see here with the King of Swords is that you are done trying overall. You do not want to struggle in this situation any longer, and you're about to gain control over this again. There is a mind-blowing determination coming in fueled by some sort of information as well that will bring clarity. We'll have to see what that is. Potentially an awakening from you or the other person. Now, don't get me wrong. A little bit of internal conflict is still there, and maybe even some pain. But now you decide to not give in to it. Something is making you stronger, Taurus, and it gives you the tools to ground yourself again and start moving forward and out of this rut. I see you all of a sudden just taking 10 steps forward and definitely getting ahead of this person. Now, let's look into this judgment, because I do believe that this might be key to understand, in order to understand what's going on. There is definitely a very powerful awakening here that was long overdue, giving this back and forth you were stuck into. Possibly you're going to be contacted by this person, and instead of jumping at the opportunity to reconnect like perhaps you did in the past, you're going to reject it. Maybe because you changed your mind, or maybe because you're not wanting to reveal your feelings right away. But regardless of the reason, you are in full control over here. This person is waiting on you, waiting for you to answer, for you to make a move towards them as well, for you to do anything at all. And with this judgment, the more time they spend into this energy, the more they start realizing how the current events that are definitely not making them happy are all caused by something that they triggered up here with the Three of Swords. So they start looking into the role that they have played into the situation, and into the fact that right now they want to connect with you, but they're not able to. 10 of Wands reverse. This is what we want to see right after a Three of Swords. This is exactly what we look for. Why? Because right here we see a burden that is alleviated, and you feel good about yourself again, Taurus, feeling hopeful again, and not always stuck into thinking about the person, thinking about the past events and the what ifs, You might be afraid to make any move because it would place you back into a position where now you have to wait on them to answer, and you don't know when you will feel ready to jump back into this game, and you don't even know if you ever will. But at the same time, now you are taking your sweet time, and the more time you take, the more power you gain, the more things this person is realizing over here. And I love this. This is definitely a time of awakening for you, for this person. And what comes next, whatever comes next, it's going to have a different energy, a different overall essence, because once you open your eyes on something that you couldn't see before, your intentions change, and therefore your actions and outcome can change as well. Knight of Wands and Temperance. Now, you would think this person would give up after not seeing you engaging into this new dynamic with them, right? You would think that maybe ego would kick in, pride would kick in, and they would just give up and leave. Instead, what I see is that they are the ones who now are stuck into a rut. You remember when I was talking about that shift? This is that shift we were talking about. You are inverting roles. With this message that right now perhaps they're about to send to you, definitely, especially with the Knight of Wands, I see that they're almost kind of like lending a hand to you to get out of this previous rut. And while you are getting out, they get pulled in. And now they find themselves, they are waiting on you to make any move at all. Obviously, that rut that we keep talking about represents unfinished business between the two of you. And if you're not thinking about it, then they are thinking about it. It's just an energy that it's there, and either you or this person have to process it. And when it's you, it's not them. When it's not you, it's them. And it's going to be a back and forth until the both of you decide to truly looking into it without fears, doubts, and ego. There is a lot of love here and passion, don't get me wrong. But with temperance, there is a need to balance love and passion with logic and respect for the other person. And even if it doesn't feel like it at the moment, the two of you do have a lot of potential. Temperance, it's definitely talking about great potential. You're still in love with each other. Regardless of everything that has happened, there is a need to compromise right now. Need to take a risk from both parts and lead from a place of love, avoiding extremes, avoiding harsh words, and balancing the mind and the heart, as we were saying. There is a need right here to be honest about feelings and intentions. And I do believe that this temperance is talking about a conversation coming up where the two of you will perhaps talk freely and honestly for the first time in a very long time. The things that can be revealed with the temperance energy are things that maybe you knew were already there, but that this person never really confirmed to you. You are about to see through this person. You're about to hear things that maybe you were hoping to hear from this person. And so let's see what this conversation is about. Let's see what this Knight of Wands is bringing into the near future in terms of energies and events. Let's see what this person wants to tell you, how that conversation will go, but especially let's see how it's going to shape the rest of this relationship. How will this connection evolve after this happens? How is it going to evolve both in the near but also distant future? Let's look into it, Taurus. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal 30-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning to confirm. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Taurus. Look at the bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the future situation. We have the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups, and this is a clear message to you. A clear message from this person, which perhaps you thought was there. You thought this energy was there, but they never really admitted it to you. And what we see right away is that this person right now is thinking, I am trying to move on from this. But you know what? The truth is that I can't. We see how right away this person is not coming in with ego. It's not coming in with strategy and games. Not at all. Right now we see, in fact, that this person thinks that the best way to make this work right now is to be honest, even if it makes them vulnerable. And this is not easy to do. It's easy for me to sit here and say that this is going to happen, but finding the strength to do this, you find it just when you truly love the other person. And this is what we see right here. So let's look into this conversation. Let's see what this person is saying, how you're going to react, and how this connection could evolve after this conversation takes place. Let's look into it. Oh, this person, oh my God, this person is absolutely crazy about you in a way that you don't even realize right now. Here it goes. Okay. You have absolutely beautiful messages, beautiful cards. And by the way, we keep seeing this Emperor coming up and followed by the Hierophant. We immediately understand why. One of the first things